In this video, I'll be going through the question you see on the screen here from the 2023 Leaving Cert Higher Level Maths Paper 2. If you're looking for a different question from this paper, check out the description below. There should be a playlist there. And if you're looking for a different paper entirely, have a look around on my channel. I'll be doing all this on a whiteboard, hopefully like you're used to your teacher doing. But we are on YouTube, so take advantage of the features there. Watch it at half speed or double speed, and certainly pause and try the question first. If you find this video or any of my videos useful, I would greatly appreciate a like or subscribe, but what helps especially is sharing it with a friend that might be doing the Leaving Cert this year or next. In question 4, they start us off with giving us this equation for a circle, and in part 1, they simply ask us to write down the centre and the radius of this circle in terms of h. And now this should be a fairly common question. You should get used to, if you're not already, you should get used to reading from an equation of a circle like this. This number here minus this number is the x part of the centre. So the centre of this circle is h, minus h. Minus this number is the y part, so that's minus 3. That's the centre. That's your marks for that part. The radius is just square root of whatever numbers here. So square root of 12, and you can leave your answer like that. Okay, on to part 2. In part 2, they give us a line, x minus 4y plus 7 equals 0. And they tell us the perpendicular distance from this line to the centre of this circle is 5. Now, what they're telling us is they're telling us a line, and we don't need the circle. We're just talking about the point at the centre of it. So the point at the centre of it. So I don't care if the circle intersects the line or it's smaller or bigger like that. That's what we're being told here, and we're told the distance here is 5. You can do loads of formulas here, but there's a formula given to you in your tables to find the perpendicular distance from a line to a point, and that formula is ax1 plus by1 plus c, that's the absolute value of that, all divided by a squared plus b squared, the square root of that. So this a, b and c though, a, b and c is when you write the equation of the line like this, a is the number in front of the x, 1 in this case, the number in front of the b is the number in front of the y, and c is the leftover number. x1 is the x part of the point, y1 is the y part of the point. And we know the answer's 5. So we can use that information. A is 1, x1 is h, plus minus 4 times minus 3, plus 7. I'm just filling in all the numbers into each of these parts. The absolute value of that is what we want, divided by 1 squared plus minus 4 squared, and the square root of that, and we know the answer to be 5. So we clean all this up, we would get the absolute value of h. This is 12 plus 7, that's 19. H plus 19 is equal to 5, and then multiply by this. This is 16 plus 1, that's 17, so that's 5 square root of 17. The last thing we need to do is to solve for the absolute number. I won't go too much into it, there's a few ways to do it. Really, the best way to think of this is you split it into two worlds. In one world, we have h plus 19. If this was a positive, it would just be normal. H plus 19 is equal to 5 square root of 17. In the other world is, what if in here was a negative and we had to multiply it? So when you get a negative in an absolute number, so minus 5, the absolute value of minus 5, we turn it into a positive. How do you turn it into a positive? You multiply it by a minus 1. So if this was negative, we'd end up multiplying it by minus 1. So we get minus h minus 19 is equal to 5 minus square root of 17. Both of these are perfectly okay. And the question in fact said, find the two possible values for h. So we just solve for both of these. H is, h is equal to minus 19 plus 5 square root of 17 is one answer, and this one is minus h is equal to 19 plus 5 square root of 17. So change that to a plus, that to a minus, that to a minus. They are two answers. They wanted them in Cert form, and they're both in Cert form. In part B, they give us a circle like this. It's a very common question, this. They give us 3 points on the circle and ask us to find the equation of the circle. Except they don't quite give us 3 points. They leave half of this one out and half of this one out, but they're the same. And to make up for that though, because we do need 3 bits of information to find a circle, to make up for that, they do tell us the radius. The radius of the circle is square root of 20. Let's put that in. Equals square root of 20. Okay, there's a couple of ways to do this question. I will start off the long awkward way. I won't finish it. I'll just give you the idea of it because it's one that nearly always works. So I do want to show you that. But then I will, after showing you the start of it, I will do the much easier way, the way that there's a bit of a trick to. Okay, the really long, the more long anyway, it's not that long, way to do this question is, you're looking for the equation of a circle. Let's write out a general equation. That would be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. This is a general equation. When you're given points to a circle like this, you just start filling them in and you'll get 3 different equations. 3 points, you'll get 3 different equations. You won't know h, you won't know k, you won't know r, and unfortunately you won't know a. So you'll have 3 equations with 4 unknowns, but you do know r. R is right there, so we can change r squared straight away to 20. Okay, now if you put these 3 points in, you'll get 3 equations. The x's and y's disappear, but in their place you get numbers and an a. So we won't know a in all 3 of these equations. We won't know h, we won't know k. 3 unknowns, 3 equations. You're solving a 3-way simultaneous equation, something that's very common. It's just really annoying. It takes up a lot of the page. It's quite annoying, but will work. It'll work perfectly fine. You'll find what a is, you'll find what h is, you'll find what k is. Although remember, they never asked what a is. They just asked for the equation of the circle. And that leads us to a trick. Well, that doesn't lead it to us, but I won't do it that way. I'm going to do the trick way. I can... Well, first I know what r is straight away, but I can also find out what h is straight away. And here's how. If you think of these two as being aligned together, one of the things we know about circles is a chord. 2 points inside a circle, a chord. If you bisect that, it goes through the center. But the thing is, this is a vertical line. There are a here and a here. It's a vertical line. This is a horizontal line. If you can find out this point here, for example, this point here is A, because they're all A. Everyone on that line's A. And it's the bisect, it's the middle of it. This is 3 and this is minus 5. The middle of those 2 points is just minus 1. So that point is A minus 1. And the center's on that point as well. The center, I don't know what it is, it's H, but it's minus 1. So sorry, I said I could find H. My mistake, I could find K easily enough. So that means I now know K is equal to minus 1. So of the 3 things we need, I already know 2 of them. Again, we never really needed A. And we have an equation. Let me write this equation again. X minus h squared plus y plus 1 minus 1 is equal 20. There's only one unknown in this equation. Sorry, we don't know x and y, but we don't want to know x and y. We want it in our answer. So there's only one thing we need here is h, and we have one piece of information we haven't used, and it fits into this perfectly. So we just put 8 and 1 in here. So 8 minus h squared is equal to 1 plus 1, plus 1 plus 1 is 2 squared equals 20. That gives us 8 minus h squared is equal to 20 minus 4 is 16. That gives us 8 minus h is equal to plus or minus 4. Take the square root of both sides. Remember to do plus or minus though. That means, let's see, minus h is equal to either minus 12. So that's h is equal to 12. Or minus h is equal to 4 minus 8 is minus 4, so h is equal to 4. There's two answers. They didn't ask for two answers though. So you're in a bit of trouble here. You might need to test both of these numbers to see, do both of them work with every bit of information? That's going to take you a little line. You'll find out this one doesn't work doing that. But it's going to take you a bit of time. Use your common sense. Look at the picture. H is either 4 or 12. It can't be 12. Here's 8. 12 would put it down here somewhere. It wouldn't make sense to the image. 4, it would mean it's between 8 and 0. Yeah, that'd make perfect sense. So we can eliminate this one quite easily. And that's your full answer. Put this 4 back into this line. So write this line again. Save myself a bit of ink. I'll just put that in. That's your final answer right there. Still don't know what A is. I don't care. If you really want to know, and you would have found A doing it some other ways. If you really want to know, just put one of these points into this final answer. I think you find A is 6 or 2, but they tell you A is not 6, because again, that's one of the ones that doesn't work. So A is 2. A is between 0 and 5, they tell you. Okay, that answers question 4. If you have any follow-up questions, please let me know. I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.